What's going on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. Now we have to talk about the current state of the quarterback room. This time it's involving the Cleveland Browns, man. Andrew Berry went on the podcast today and he spoke about a lot of things. Now, one person in the media is kind of singing a different tune a little bit. That is Mary Kay Cabot. Now, Mary Kay Cabot has definitely been making headlines because many people have been noticing the Cleveland Browns organization has been short feeding her. Well, I'm here to tell you, she found out some information today that might be a little credible. Now, we all know Dillon Gabriel is going to be the topic of discussion from here, possibly till about the end of July. We seen it last year with Kenny Pickett. They got rid of him. Kind of how they was able to strategically make some power moves in this year's draft. I'm hoping and praying that they commit to Shedeur Sanders and not draft a quarterback next year. Let us know that he's our quarterback of the future. But if not, and they do, I truly believe Shedeur possibly won't be in Cleveland next year. That's just my prediction. If they go out and draft like a Arch Manning, draft a first-round quarterback, they possibly is going to get rid of Shedeur. And I think, this is just my theory, I think Shedeur will want to leave because they're not committing to him. Why stay at a place where y'all ain't naming me the guy? Make it make sense. You know, if you've been on a job doing everything you can for your job and your position to not get that said promotion or still be like a PRN type worker, you're not going to want to be a PRN worker for 2 years. You're going to want to go somewhere else and be a full-time worker. At least I would, you know. Well, I'm just hoping that's not the case with Shedeur, but it's something that we need to pay attention to. Now, as for Dillon Gabriel, I keep telling y'all, I believe his days are numbered with the Cleveland Browns, bro. They trying to give him a lifeline right now. Andrew Berry stated earlier that he's going to see how training camp go with this quarterback competition. I believe the competition is really between Dillon Gabriel and Tylen Green for that third string spot. But ain't it funny what 365 days could do? Because the same position Shedeur was in last year, Dillon's in that same damn position right now. And he real quiet. The team is quiet, his team. You know, ain't nobody saying nothing. The big media's quiet. Everybody acting like Shedeur was not just in the same position last year Dillon Gabriel's in. Now, just like I stated, there is some news coming out about this Dillon Gabriel situation. It's being reported that Mary Kay Cabot reports on Cleveland.com that the Browns are keeping Dillon Gabriel after the draft, opting to let the quarterback competition play out in training camp. Now, she stated, headed into the draft, there was speculation that Dillon Gabriel might be traded if the Browns drafted a developmental quarterback. That's what I was hearing, that had they drafted a quarterback, which they did, that they was going to get rid of him. But the article goes on to say, but after the first few weeks of this offseason programming, including a voluntarily minicamp in which Monken got to see his three quarterbacks throw in 11 on 11s, the Browns have decided to keep Gabriel and see how the competition plays out. And, you know, that's what everybody's saying. They're going to wait to see how the competition plays out. Now, here's a little more insight from Mary Kay on this from 92 The Fan this morning. I believe everything she's saying in this is true. I don't believe this is a made-up, for a fabricated story. Let's listen.
Mary Kay, it seems like they have 10 guys already who can play offensive line for them this year.
Well, they do, and they do consider themselves offensive line snobs. It's an area that they're going to continue to add bodies to and add talent to, and I think they did a remarkable job of completely overhauling that line in one offseason. I mean, that's not easy to do, but they did it with trades, they did it with free agency, they did it with the draft, and voila, it's done.
What's the expectation now for next year? You got to believe that if I'm ownership, I want more than 5 wins going into next season. I just don't know. I still think we all ask ourselves, who is the quarterback? So what's the expectation going into next year after this draft?
Now, that is crazy to me that before the season even started, before these reporters can actually see what Shador's about to do on the field, they saying already we still gonna need a quarterback. Like, damn, like Shador ain't even gonna do nothing this year. Like, y'all ain't finna win 9 to 10 games, possibly 11. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, that's what I don't know, man. But let's just listen to the reports that's coming out.
Yeah, the expectation is to win more than 5 games, and I actually think that if they do get some good quarterback play, and that's so vitally important, of course, that brings the whole thing together, that they can make some noise in the AFC North. But you've got to get good quarterback play, and I can't honestly say yet that I know how that's going to go or how that's going to turn out. So we'll have to see. They have all the weapons that they need. The only thing I think they don't have right now is certainty at quarterback. And once they get a clearer picture of that, it will be easier to say, yep, I think this is a 8-win team, 9-win team. Maybe they can go 10.
I think you're right on the money with the uncertainty at quarterback still. Do you see any, and I'm not sure there is because of what they did in the draft, anything that you can see coming around, the June moves that sometimes happen where Andrew Berry is going to have his radar up and working to bring something else to this team?
Well, Andrew is still in the acquisition season, and he considers this to be continuing on through probably, until the trade deadline. I mean, nothing is off the table until they get through the trade deadline. So certainly anything can still happen, and he's very aggressive, and we know he loves to make deals. So, some of it can be dictated by injuries if something happens. You never really know. If they have to pivot at some point, they will. Right now, I don't envision anything huge coming down the pike, but he will be opportunistic as always.
I know a lot of people just want to talk about offense because that's what they did the majority of the draft. How do you think the defense feels now? You brought in 2 guys. I expect them to start, but I don't know, a second rounder, E-Man, maybe. I don't know. It may be where he might fall into things after camp, but a lot of talk has been about the offense. How do you feel about the defense after the draft?
Well, I do think that E-Man will. I do think that he will be part of the safety rotation. They will play a lot of 3 safety looks, so he's going to be a key part of that. So that'll be a really nice addition for them. I still think that they're probably going to try to look for maybe another third edge rusher. They could use somebody else over there. AJ Epineza didn't work out, who they tried to sign in free agency. So that's one area that they can probably still add to the pile a little bit. But for the most part, I think they feel pretty set on defense. They know that Carson and Mason are going to take a step up in their second year. So there will be improvement just by virtue of that. But overall, I think they feel pretty good about the defense.
All right.
So that was Mary Kay today, man. I just want to know y'all thoughts down in the comment section right now. Make sure y'all keep them bells on because we going to stay on top of this Cleveland Brown story. And I might throw in some more of NFL content in there. I've been seeing the comments. Y'all been like, John, cover more stories. And that's what we going to do. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bruh.